it's David in concert. And no, we aren't in Las Vegas. We are actually in Rancho Mirage, California, right outside of Palm Desert. We're near Palm Springs. We're near Desert Hot Springs. Yes, everything sounds the same down here. We are here to see Pat Benatar and Neil Geraldo right here in the wonderful world of Rancho Mirage. And there was a season one episode of Beverly Hills 90210 where the gang ends up going to Palm Springs, and Brenda's character makes a very interesting point about being down here in the Palm Desert, Palm Springs, Desert Hot Springs area, is that every hotel down here, no matter what it is, it's either got to have three words in it. It's either got to have desert, mirage, or palm. And she got confused and she got the hotel wrong, and she didn't meet Dylan on time. And Dylan wound up seeing another girl. This is what happens when you come down to this area. It's very confusing, and it can be such a nightmare. Now, my relationship with Pat Benatar started 1980. I didn't Heartbreaker, I remember hearing on the radio, but I wasn't really like immersed yet. I just didn't appreciate the song as I should have at that point. Now I consider, like, it's a masterpiece. But it was when I first heard Hit Me With Your Best Shot. And I heard it on the radio, WAEB. It was probably like in the evening. My grandmother was driving me in a car. I was a real little kid driving from the Lehigh Valley Mall, probably somewhere, going home. And loved it. So I got the single. I got my grandmother to buy me the single. And I listened to that for a while. And I'm like, you know what? I want more from this woman. I want more from Pat Benatar. So I wanted Crimes of Passion. So I begged my grandmother, I said, can we please go to Hesses North in Whitehall? Because she didn't feel like driving all the way to the mall, although it was only like 10 more minutes away. Because she had to go to Hesses North for something. I forgot what it was. But anyway, so we went to Hesses North. They were out of the album. They were out of the cassette. You know what I was stuck with? I was stuck with the 8-track. That's right, stuck with the 8-track, where, certain songs would split in two, and then you get half the song, and then there's a little pause, and you wait till it goes to the next track, and then it resumes the song. That drove me nuts. I had to deal with that with the Xanadu soundtrack, too. And thankfully, the days of the 8-track have long passed. And after Crimes of Passion, I bought that, loved it, listened to it all the time. I then went and bought the album, In the Heat of the Night, which, of course, I had I Need a Lover, We Live for Love. And then subsequently, after Crimes of Passion, she released Precious Time with the title track, Promises in the Dark, Fire and Ice, Just Like Me, and then Get Nervous, that had the iconic Shadows of the Night, Anxiety, Get Nervous, A Little Too Late. And then there was a Live from Earth album that had Love is a Battlefield and Lipstick Lies. Tropico, which had the Ooh Ooh song and We Belong. Then followed with Seven the Hard Way, which featured the knockout tracks Sex as a Weapon and La Bellage. And then followed by Wide Awake in Dreamland, which featured the hits One Love and All Fired Up. And then she ended the decade with a greatest hits album called Best Shots. And had them all. And I had some of her 90s stuff too. I know she petered out in the 90s, but she plays some of that stuff in her shows. And it's really good stuff. And it's a shame it didn't get the recognition it should have. So I was trying to put together a top 10 favorite Pat Benatar list, like I've been doing with these artists that I've been reviewing in concert, and I realized it's impossible because I was feeling bad for songs that I left out. So what I've done, I am doing, for Pat Benatar, I am doing a top 25. These are my top 25 favorite Pat Benatar songs. Number 25, Ooh Ooh Song. Number 24, In the Heat of the Night. Number 23, One Love. Number 22, Just Like Me. Number 21, We live for love. Number 20, Lipstick Lies. Number 19, All Fired Up. Number 18, I'm Gonna Follow You. Number 17, Hell is for Children. Number 16, Treat Me Right. Number 15, I Need a Lover. Number 14, Little Too Late. Number 13, Anxiety, Get Nervous. Number 12, You Better Run. Number 11, Hit Me With Your Best Shot. Number 10, Precious Time. Number 9, We Belong. Number 8, Love is a Battlefield. Number 7, Heartbreaker. Number 6, Fire and Ice. Number 5, Promises in the Dark. Number 4, Invincible, theme from the motion picture The Legend of Billie Jean, starring Christian Slater's sister Helen. Remember Helen Slater in the 80s? I thought she would have a long, enduring career past 1988. I guess that didn't happen. I mean, she was great in Ruthless People. All right. Number 3, La Belle Age. Number 2, Sex as a Weapon. And my number 1, my favorite Pat Benatar song is Shadows of the Night. And if you remember the video for Shadows of the Night, that was a great one. It had 2 great actors in it, little cameos from Judge Reinhold, who happened to be Helen Slater's co-star in Ruthless People, and it had the late, great Bill Paxton. Bill Paxton, who could come on the screen and just magnify any blockbuster he was in. Wonderful in Titanic and Twister. So there's a little tidbit there. Next time you watch the video, keep an eye out for those too. Well, first of all, I got to say, it's not the Pat Benatar show. It's the Pat Benatar, Neil Geraldo show. And when you're watching them on stage, you're watching 2 different dynamics. One, of course, is the music collaboration between 2 genius artists. And the other is being invited to the domestic space of Patricia and Spider. They have been together 47 years as a music couple, 44 years as a married couple. We feel that every time we go to a Pat Benatar Neil Geraldo concert, it's like the equivalent of being invited to someone's backyard, to friends that you know, a married couple, and witnessing their adoration for each other and their banter as a man and wife. And it's just the humor. Neil has a great sense of humor, and you can just tell how much he loves his wife, and vice versa. And it just feels that every time we go to these concerts, we feel like, oh, we're going over to see our friends Patricia and Spider. And that intimacy is very unique.
July, we were with Bryan Adams for a month. That was really fun. And we did a bunch of our own shows. And so tonight's the last night, so we're happy to see y'all. Happy y'all made it under the wire. We go home tonight we see our babies tomorrow, our grandchildren. We're all excited about that, so we're happy. And for those of you that don't come all the time, we are celebrating our 47th musical anniversary this year. Because I was only 12 when we started. But back in 1979 with Spider, Neil, I call him Spider, you know that. When Spider and I put the band together, we were really young. Spider was turning 23, I was turning, you know. And we put the band together, we had a plan, we had an idea, and we started to write songs right away, but we were also getting romantically involved. So it was a little awkward, so we just wrote songs about all of you. Every fucked up thing you were doing. If you were happy, if you were sad. And then as time went on and we got a little bit more comfortable, we decided to write some personal songs.
So now let's get to the set list. And now these are the set list highlights. Now, I don't want to shortchange Neil Geraldo here. So here's a little brief montage here of his exceptional guitar work. By the way, did you know that Neil Geraldo is the musician who performs the lead guitar and a guitar solo in Rick Springfield's Jesse's Girl? Did you know that? Well, you do now. So here's the complete set list for the evening. Shadows of the Night, All Fired Up, Invincible, The Ties That Bind, Promises in the Dark, a new song called Come On People, and it was actually quite good. We live for love in these times. Hell is for children. You better run. Love is a battlefield. And then the encore is Everybody Lay Down, and she ends with Heartbreaker, with a little mashup of Johnny Cash's Ring of Fire thrown in there, which was really awesome. Now, the one noticeable omission in the set list is Hit Me With Your Best Shot. And the reason for that is several years ago, Patricia decided not to include it in her set list anymore out of protest to the mass shootings that were occurring. So we have to respect that. And if you're going to the show expecting to hear that, I'm going to tell you you're going to be disappointed. But you shouldn't feel disappointed because she's got so many other hits. And now you notice that her voice is different. She sings in different registers, and she does carry the notes quite a bit. But there are songs which sound noticeably different vocally, but it's okay. She's 73. She's not going to sound like she did at 22, 26, 34, you know. And I've been noticing that with artists, you know, that are getting up there in age, but you know, she still comes out there. She still rocks. Rocks like no other. And then you had Neil Geraldo out there, just a powerhouse on the guitar. This is like with Kelly Clarkson last week. This is a very easy concert to review. My only maybe little minor complaints are maybe throw in a couple more songs, a couple more hits on the set list. But I know that I've been used to their shows where they do 90 minutes, or their opening, they do an hour if they're opening for someone. And this set list is basically the norm. They maybe switch a couple songs around. They usually do include We Belong, so I don't know, they weren't feeling it that night or whatever, but it's fine. And Meredith said, you know, we can't just give it Pat Benatar 5 microphones. We got to give them both their own little props. So, both of us, Pat Benatar, we both give her 5 microphones. Neil Geraldo, we both give him 5 guitar picks. I mean, there you go. It's a great show. Now, they are ending, as you heard, this leg. They ended the other night, but they are coming back for a month in late September, and then they're going to end 2026 with a few more dates, and then they'll probably definitely come back next year. I know they're signing a book that they wrote, a children's book. I know they're signing that sometime in September up in LA, and they're doing other things, but they'll be on the stage next year, so definitely go check them out. They're always fun. Okay, and here's what's coming next. We got David Byrne, who's going to be burning down the house at the Hollywood Bowl. That's this week. And then next week, Labor Day weekend, Billy Idol in Vegas. And a few weeks after that, we got Starship with Mickey Thomas in Temecula, California. And I got a lot to say about there's the Starship, there's a Jefferson Starship. We've seen both incarnations. That band has such a crazy history, and I'll go over all that. So there's what's coming up in the future. And until then, save us, and I'll see